probably the children are also in the kind of environment that they grow up in. It's very difficult. They cannot take the
Competitive.
pressures.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the spirit is
So
so high, the
much competitive.
competition has increased so
Hmm.
much that they are not able to take it in a very positive way. And
Hmm.
either they are going and taking these extreme steps, or before we realize, they have slipped into depression, where they'll be just aloof from everyone and everything, which in turn may probably lead to them taking an extreme step again. So these
Hmm.
are actually very dangerous situations that we've actually fallen into.
Right, right.
Yeah, we were not aware of such things. Terms, all these terms were not in practice in a
No.
regular way. It's not that people were not in depression. I'm sure there would have been many celebrities then who would have gone
Yes.
through hell,
Hmm. Hmm.
but and maybe were showing practitioners, but it was not in social media, or that we never had
Hmm.
any social media, but for television and newspapers then. That
Hmm. Hmm.
anything that is coming for the viewers to understand. Hey, Rashmi, right?
Yes, yes, Rashmi. Yeah.
Ah, wonderful to see you again.
Yeah, same here, same here. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Thank you so much. How has your day been so far?
Not very productive, but yes, I did something in the morning because
I know.
I had to go to hospital with my mother-in-law.
Ah,
So
okay,
after, yeah, so I did that thing actually. That was,
great.
I was
That was
so frustrated
constructive
for a
work.
long time. Yes.
I know, yeah. I know it just happens. Yeah, some days, whatever we plan, it completely runs in an opposite direction, and we
Hmm.
think of something else and it happens the other way. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, we have anything to discuss today? Anything specific that we are doing?
Ah, yes. If you can suggest, then it's okay.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I have a particular thing which is just
Yeah,
going on in my mind.
why not? Why not? When you have
Okay.
something in mind, otherwise I'll just think of random topic, but you have
Okay,
something
okay.
very good. Hmm.
Okay, so I was just thinking, I have just seen a video on YouTube in the morning,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which was a particular girl, and she was just going through the depression, and now she just very resiliently she just faced that particular
Okay.
time, and now she's out of it.
Right.
So I just wanted to talk about like why this young
Hmm.
generation is now so much going in depression. People are talking about anxiety,
I've
depression.
been reading about articles. I have, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we
Hmm.
are dealing, yeah, yeah, many more cases. In fact, I have had cases at home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, uh,
Hmm.
like my family, my immediate family also,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple of friends, but that was some years ago.
Mm,
So yeah, we've had it's the kind of scenario that we see these days
mm,
because of the work schedules, like how we see that more and more people are isolated, right? The work is so mechanical that uh, it's the same routine that people follow day in and out. You just wake up like a machine, like a robot,
machine.
right? So it's more like that, more
Mm,
mechanical work, that
mm,
you're just getting up at the same time, need to rush to work at the same time,
mm.
come back and you're all tired, and then don't even realize, there's no enjoyment with the family. That's We hardly see that. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone goes through it, but majority, when we see majority of the people these days, there's so much of pressure at work, less time, and more demands at work. So
Okay,
under that pressured working environment, it's like a pressure cooker which is constantly kept under pressure.
pressure.
So there's going to be a blast someday,
Mm.
right? Where if the steam is not released on time from time to time, then there's definitely a blast. So that's like we are asking for a little too much from people. I mean,
So, what do you say? Like, these things are not a new thing, but
hmm.
now the word depression, anxiety, these are the
Yeah,
very
because
common words we are saying this because in,
because people are isolated, like we're
yeah,
saying gadgets, right? People are just bound to gadgets, even if they are away from work. Suppose they get some time off, like they're working on a project. The entire team is working on a project in office. They have worked on something. They will have half an hour, 1 hour for them to take a break, probably have their lunch, whatever, and come back. So that 1 hour is actually good. You may just take 10 minutes probably for a meal,
yes,
finish
no.
that and utilize that time to probably move around, in the nature. You can actually go to the office building and have some
Mm,
time away from machines, the gadgets. But what
yes.
actually happens is that people get onto their phones, If not the work, they are on the social
Then
media.
on phone, yeah, right.
So yeah, it's actually leading to more depression because what's happening there, they'll probably be following people, someone there on social media.
Mm.
So what is happening in their lives? They
They are
start,
looking very happy. They're
yeah,
just
they start
enjoying on the
measuring,
holidays. Yes.
yeah,
Even
and
they,
why?
maybe they are also in the problem, but because they are posting only those videos and photos when they are on the holidays,
Absolutely,
you're just
yeah,
measuring yourself like my
in
happiness
that,
is less. I'm
yeah.
so much busy, so
Why
much
don't I get to do
engrossed.
that? Yeah,
Hmm.
why don't I get to do that? Look at this person. He's a, or she is always away on something and such beautiful pictures that they post. But what is the reality behind that? We don't know about that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and children, again, if they're doing their work, as long as their studies are involved, so much
Hmm.
after pandemic, especially because we've gotten to know that online classes, sessions are possible. There are more
Hmm.
and more platforms and possibilities for children also to have their classes online. They're also confined to just one place most of the time,
Hmm.
right?
And
So,
earlier, I have this listened these things in my childhood
yes.
when
Mm,
my uncle or my maternal uncle they were working at that time. They were used to be very happy, and the work pressure was not that much, and they had so much time to just enjoy with family, to just
exactly.
mix with the friends, and just leisure time on Saturdays and Sundays. So they are playing
Yeah,
cricket. There were no pressure to show off like my house is
yeah.
big.
And
I have
even if they're not
very.
doing anything,
Hmm.
also, they'll be just sitting, reading newspaper, watching
Hmm.
something, listening to songs, you know,
Hmm.
like those just
Just like chill
completely
out,
away.
chilling out. Yes,
Absolutely.
right. Mm.
Absolutely. Just
So
keeping
at
away
that
themselves
time,
away.
at that time, people were even not aware about these terms. What is anxiety and depression? Maybe there was a term like मैं बहुत चिंता में I'm so much worried about my daughter. I have
Yes,
to do this thing, do that thing. But
absolutely.
it was not like anxiety or depression. You're constantly under pressure. And
Yeah.
I think this is a almost new word, depression. I always just you have
And
this
it's
that
very
chance,
common. Yeah, it's just becoming a very common word these
very
days. We
common
get
word.
to
Hmm.
hear now.
Hmm.
So many people are just getting into depression, and there are therapies being done
Hmm.
so that the
Hmm.
person, because they may just take some extreme step, we really don't know.
Hmm.
Again, if they're in depression, they may be watching some awkward or weird, stuff online, videos
Hmm.
online, which you don't know may just pressurize them to take some extreme step, right? Which is
Hmm.
again not a very healthy scenario.
Yes,
So
right.
it's extremely important for them to come out of that. There are times when people do not realize that they are in depression. It's just that overthinking of the
Hmm.
same thing, probably, same situation that's bothering them again and again on a day-to-day basis, which
Hmm.
leads to like chronic depression because they may not want to eat, they'll be aloof from everyone, don't want to
Hmm.
participate in um, any social
Activities.
event.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
any, like, even if the family is sitting together for a meal, they'll just excuse themselves and
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
sit
Hmm. Hmm.
aloof.
They just
So
avoid,
those
yeah.
are like the
Hmm.
first signs where you want to check on a person's health, mental
Hmm.
health,
Hmm.
if everything's going fine or not.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
So we see, yeah, all these things are on a rise because it's really disturbing at the end of it, where we hardly, if people do not have the means and sources to approach any medical practitioner or a therapist for this, where are they going? What is
Yes,
happening
right.
to them? Yeah. So yeah, because then we see all these events happening where people are either, the suicides or people taking extreme steps. Those are on a rise again.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Anything
Right.
says anyone, there was a recent incident where a class 12 child, like, because
Class
the
10 child even.
parents,
Hmm.
yeah, there was a pressure from parents
And
and
last year, maybe you have also heard of that news. A student of class 10th, he
hmm,
got 99 out of 100 marks in maths, and because their parents were asking
why
why
didn't they score
didn't you
100?
get that one marks, yes, so for that he just did that extreme step. He just
Yeah.
did suicide.
So maybe there was a backstory to it, which as viewers we may not understand. The
Mm.
backstory would have been probably there was a lot of pressure at home for him to, maybe perform his best, right?
Yes.
He did that, but maybe in that scenario also he could not give her 100%, and lost out on 1 mark, maybe for some silly mistake of his. And, again, there are times it could be problems from both the ends. We really don't know what's happening. But the pressure, what I'm trying to say is, it's not that we have not had pressure earlier in our times.
Yes,
It's been much more because people would
much
just say
more. Yeah.
what not, right?
Hmm.
The older generation that we see now, when they were
People were
younger
not
and we were,
aware about such things like,
yeah,
yes,
and they
child
would not
abuse and these
mind.
are
They'll
the things.
cry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they'll just cry and,
Hmm.
like, why do you keep shouting at me? I just do to the best of my capacity,
Hmm. Hmm.
but don't keep shouting. This is how I am. We would just say that
Hmm.
or just get on with it. It's like, now probably the children are also in the kind of environment that they grew up in. It's very difficult. They cannot take the
Competitive.
pressures.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the spirit is so
So
high, the
much competitive.
competition has increased so
Hmm.
much
Hmm.
that they are not able to take it in a very positive way. And
Hmm.
either they are going and taking these extreme steps, or before we realize, they have slipped into depression, where they'll be just aloof from everyone and everything, which in turn may probably lead to them taking an extreme step again. So
Hmm.
these are actually very dangerous situations that we've actually fallen into. Uh,
Right, right, right.
yeah, we were not aware of such things. Terms, all these terms were not in practice in a
No.
regular way. It's not that people were not in depression. I'm sure there would have been many celebrities then who would have gone
Yes.
through hell,
Hmm. Hmm.
but and maybe were showing practitioners, but it was not in social media, or that we never had
Hmm.
any social media, but for television and newspapers then. That
Hmm. Hmm.
anything that is coming for the viewers to understand, it's either
Hmm.
coming on the television in form of from an interview, a celebrity's interview, and
Hmm.
there no one will speak about any sort of depression, anything negative.
Yes. Yes, right.
So
Hmm.
it was kept a secret.
everyone
But
everyone just want to show them like it's a very
yeah,
big thing, and
very,
you have to
yeah,
show the strongness
yes,
in your personality. that
personality.
is that is a very negative
Yeah,
thing if you're going into depression, because
yeah,
Deepika Padukone, maybe she had just mentioned that,
absolutely.
and people had
Yes.
just so much criticized her about that thing. Like,
Initially, but yeah, if we see now,
yeah, mostly
because there are
people now
more
accept
and
it.
more
Mm.
people have accepted the condition,
Mm-hmm.
because they have come forward and accepted that yes, we've
Hmm.
been through such situations, but we didn't know how to address it.
Hmm.
So even the
Right, right, right.
counselors, if you see the schools these days have counselors
Counselors.
as a facility in school, because of the amount of pressure that they feel that children are in. They feel pressurized all the time for
Mm-hmm.
everything. And sometimes it's just to do with their friends. It could be any issue. It's not just academics. They may
Yes.
be battling
And
something else.
there are so many things actually
Yeah,
nowadays. There
yeah.
could be so many causes. Like even if you're not getting much likes on your videos, if you posted
Oh
your
yes.
photographs on Instagram, people are just get like, oh my God. They just
Why
keep
did
checking
I?
it like, oh, I'm not getting,
Yeah.
people are not
Why
liking
is it
me.
happening to me?
Yeah,
Again, the
me.
comparison is that one
There.
of my friends did it.
Hmm.
Look at their footfall. They have more people liking their videos. Why is it with me? Why
Hmm.
is it happening only to me?
Only
That
to me. Hmm.
comparison. Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Right. So there are
yeah,
so many factors nowadays. And
absolutely.
how to just do you have any idea like how we should understand now my kids, like not for the kids also. I have seen my
Yes,
12-year-old daughter. Sometimes she behave weirdly. Like if she's
hmm,
with her laptop or her tablet, then she's very happy and just scrolling through and doing. And
correct.
whenever you just ask about sit with us and
And as,
talk
yeah,
like what do you want in your life and how's your school is going, she becomes just irritated. Like,
yeah.
so
So again,
do these signs are like
that
she just
is
want to
12.
live in
That's a
aloof?
12-year-old
Hmm.
speaking.
Hmm.
No, so those are all, I think, a 12-year-old getting into the phase of a teenager. She's
Yes.
neither a young child nor a teenager
Hmm.
yet.
Hmm.
So that stage also has to be handled very carefully. I've seen that with my daughter as well. I have a
Hmm.
17 years old daughter.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, but I think those phases have been tough because even for them, and
Hmm.
at that time, they're probably not looking at us as their friend, but
Hmm.
a support, just a support
Hmm.
that whatever I'm doing, just support me. So the
Hmm.
only thing we can check on is that, the kind of stuff that they're browsing online,
Hmm. Hmm.
What is it about? Is it something to do with their hobbies, or do they
Yes.
listen to, if they're into songs, uh, K-pop is a big
Yes.
thing these days, right? Every
Now, yeah, it's trending all
lot,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So what do they listen to? What are their likings? On and off, if we just have a little idea on, their
Hmm.
likes and dislikes.
Hmm.
And again, not being like the typical helicopter mom, not just hovering around them all the time, but just on
Yes.
and off, and just make them sure that, all right, whatever said and done, I am with you on this.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's fine. So the moment we start, like tracking them, or
Talking to them.
hmm, if I can say, yeah, just wanted a particular word for this, but yeah, if they get to know, if it's not our perspective, it's their perspective at this point of time, that if at all they feel at any point that the parents are probably being more vigilant and keeping an eye on them, then they probably will just go a step backward
Hmm.
and will be more difficult for us to manage. So
Oh
at
my God.
no point in time, we should have them get that feeling. Just be with them when they need you. If they
Hmm.
ask you, just try and keep yourself available. And
Okay.
yeah, so I think that really helps. And the moment we start being a helicopter mom, yeah, it's not taken in a good spirit. And
Hmm.
because they're going through that phase, there's so many hormonal changes that are happening in their body, or and they also have that within them. What's happening to
Hmm.
me? Why am I looking in a certain way? Again, the comparison in classrooms happen.
Hmm.
She looks in a certain way, and why am I
Hmm.
like this?
Right, right.
So all
Hmm.
that. So just
Hmm.
make them feel good in the way they are. So
Hmm.
the confidence that they have in them should not go down at any cost.
Yes, and
And
I
just
also
pep them up all
realize.
the time.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
I
tell them where
also.
they're wrong. You can
Hmm.
just, you can pinpoint and say that, this is my opinion. But
Hmm.
again, you
Hmm.
are old enough to understand. Give
Hmm.
them that benefit of doubt that they can handle things themselves. That
Yes,
you're
right,
old
right.
enough to understand that now. But my perspective is that maybe
Hmm.
you can handle, you could have handled this situation in this manner. So you can put it across in that way so
Hmm.
that it's taken in a very positive and a comfortable way, as an opinion, as a mother's opinion.
Hmm.
And but at the same time, she will probably do the way she likes is best for her. So
Okay.
you're giving her that freedom to think
Hmm.
on her own, on her own, and take that decision. That
Yes.
I feel, being your mom, I feel this is right, but maybe you have a different perspective.
Hmm.
Go on. I trust you on this. Okay.
Yes.
Just think that
Actually,
mama is always with you.
in
So
this
that's it. I
journey,
think that, yeah,
that would be. I have also realized one thing.
yeah.
These kids, when they just turning to the teenage, they
Teenagers,
are,
yeah,
yeah, they are just like they are very emotionally vulnerable at this time.
absolutely.
They just want so much emotional support from their
Yeah,
mothers
all they want
and
is emotional support, and I have seen it like, so we are in 25 right now, and she's 17. So imagine she was just again like a 12-year-old then,
mm,
when there were emotional changes happening because of the pandemic that we had gotten
mm,
into then, and then the
mm,
body is having changes there, the physical changes, emotionally the child is
right,
going through
right.
so much.
Mm,
To just have that balance for the child is extremely important. So just maintain that environment where the entire support is there. So being a support,
yes.
emotionally being there for the child at that point makes so much of difference. Most of the time we see that parents are not around, especially the girls at this point, I think need
And also, Shweta,
more
I have
support.
realized, and
Yeah.
I just feel very bad about it. Like
Mm.
nowadays, our kids have that kind of age now. And
Yeah.
so I am little tensed about these things. Like everything is on social media,
Yes.
everything now on Facebook.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're scrolling through it, the
Yeah.
AI is there. And if you,
Yes.
even for certain seconds, you just stop at any video, then
You
they will
know,
just show the same kind of video.
correct,
And
correct.
at this age, the kids have that desire to explore the world.
Explore.
They just want to know everything. And
But
as you're talking
But
about
Rashmi,
hormonal
it happens.
changes.
Yeah,
Hmm,
but it
hmm,
happens in the school. Most of the schools, I think, have the workshops being conducted. So, when for my daughter, we had a workshop in school where they explained to them about, obviously, when the
hmm,
child hits puberty. So they had different sessions for boys
hmm.
and in different areas in school.
Okay.
So,
Hmm,
like two different auditoriums. One
hmm,
session is being conducted for the boys, the other being conducted for the girls to make
hmm,
them aware of the situation and what they will feel like,
hmm,
what is expected out of them. So it's,
hmm,
they shared all the perspectives that what will your thought process be, what will be the bodily changes in you, and the conflict that typically arises between a parent and a child at that time
hmm, hmm,
because of the hormonal, bombardment literally in the body,
hmm,
right?
hmm,
So, with all these changes happening, one tends to feel in a certain way, and all these, they may not come across all the feelings, but it's educated, at least it's told to them at
hmm.
that
It's
point.
like sex
And
education.
I had,
Hmm,
yes,
hmm,
yeah, and obviously puberty. So
hmm,
discussing,
hmm, hmm,
uh, yeah, everything, all the points, everything in place, so the child is aware. And before this happened in school, I had
hmm,
attended a workshop online, and I had explained to my daughter
hmm.
that
At which
she
age?
may.
You explained? At
This
which age?
was she was 10
Oh my God. So is that you are just
because
asking,
yeah, because
like,
when I attended the workshop, they what I came to know from the medical experts was that a child can actually hit puberty. The times that we are living in, it needn't happen. Again, for each child, the times vary, but it
hmm,
can happen as early as 8 or 9
yeah,
these days.
8 or 9.
They have
Yes.
seen cases, right? Yeah.
Hmm, hmm,
So
hmm,
it's important that the child, even before they actually hit puberty, it's good that you kind of explain to them in a very subtle way. Share a
hmm,
very little information initially so that it sinks in, and then slowly go about
hmm,
explaining in months. Then give them a year's time to process. And in that time, let them
hmm,
come back to you with questions. You may have answers
hmm,
to some points, you may not have.
hmm,
And you can always say that I'll come back to you on this, give me some
hmm.
time. So even if they have read up somewhere online, they may just want
To
their
confirm it.
mom telling them,
Hmm,
for a reconfirmation that yes,
hmm,
this is what the actual process is and how am
hmm,
I supposed to behave and deal with this.
hmm.
So yeah, it
Right.
can be done in a very subtle way, but yeah, I think we need to be extremely patient with children at that time because
Hmm,
emotionally and physically, if I may say, they just go through hell.
hmm.
There's
Right, right.
lots going on in their mind and they want to
Hmm,
know everything. And the moment they see that, because they look up to their mothers, whether it's sex education or it's anything to do with puberty, the first one they can probably they may have some friends, but if the mother gives them that
the,
feedback
hmm,
or the correct information or they share the information with the child, they just feel so connected.
hmm.
Then they'll be forthcoming. You may share some information with them. Any problems that you're facing, do not keep it to yourself. Start
Right.
sharing. Start
Hmm,
sharing that, you know what, I did this today and I'm not very sure.
hmm,
I don't know how I feel. I don't feel very good, but do
hmm,
you think I took a right decision? In your
hmm,
mind, you may know. You may know
hmm,
if
hmm,
what you did was correct or incorrect, but
hmm,
take their perspective.
hmm,
They feel heard, they
hmm.
feel supported, which is very, very important.
Yes.
So,
So
yeah,
this is the way they can also start trusting themselves. Like
absolutely.
when you're just
Themselves,
sharing,
yes,
you're asking
yes,
about their opinion. So
yes,
in that
yeah.
way,
Like
there's a
taking their,
again
yeah,
validation. Yes.
yeah, winning their trust and,
Mm,
seeking advice from them
mm,
also. So
mm,
they understand that, yeah, it's, my mom also wants to know something from me. She
mm,
probably looks up to me or she trusts me
mm.
on my inputs.
Yes,
So
right.
yeah, it may be a little difficult. Initially, we feel that, but once the connect is built, I think it is there
Mm,
to stay forever.
Yes, right, right.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I remembered about my mother. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they were
But I
so
think
intelligently
initially,
handled. Yes.
yes, but
Mm.
not again, not all the things that we could share with everyone at that time.
No.
We
Mm.
obviously would look up to our friends. So
Mm.
again, here I also see that they start sharing a lot of things with their friends. It may not be with me, but
Mm.
the share that uh, I have in her life
Mm.
is also an extremely important one. So
Yes.
whatever she shares with me, I just confide in her and I share my bit, whatever I
Mm.
have to. And I ask her for her opinion as well. So she feels valued,
Oh, yes,
she
right.
feels trusted,
Mm.
and takes so much of pride that, oh, my mom actually believes in me, and she
Mm.
feels that, if I can, help her out in some way, it'll
Mm.
be so good. Because
Mm.
yeah, again, that's a young mind
Yeah, mind, right.
giving out some solution which we may not even think of. And it may
Mm.
actually be true to a certain extent. How do
Yes,
we
yes,
handle the situation more mindfully? And
yes.
yeah, so I think it's a beautiful connect there. So yeah, maybe you may take some time on this, but then it'll be brilliant. Absolutely, I think 5 years down the lane, you'll probably just have a recap of the old memories and think about it, how it all started and where
Mm.
you've reached.
Yes. I
Because
think today you just given the best tip of parenting to me. And really, I loved it. It was a very nice
Thank you so
information
much,
to share
Rashmi.
to
No,
me.
but yeah, thanks for bringing up the topic because
Mm.
it's been, we can obviously relate to it, having girls in our house, and it's a beautiful journey. But how we
Yes.
make it, beautiful or not is totally up to us.
Yes. I think you have
Just
great
yeah.
information about these things. And I
Giving
really
up.
love to talk to you about these things again whenever we will
Definitely.
get time. Mm.
Absolutely. Whenever we have another moment and would
I will
definitely
come up with
share.
some questions. I will come up with some questions so that I can
Absolutely.
get
Absolutely.
mm,
Lovely connecting with
more
you.
information. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Rashmi. You take
Um,
care. Have a good day.
same to you. Same to
Thank you. Bye bye.